Hey y'all, it's like 5:15 in the morning and somehow I am wide awake and ready to start the day. No, the babies just woke up not too long ago, probably around like 5 or 4:30. And that's about the time that Manuel was getting ready to leave. So I was like, you know what? I usually try to get up anyway, so I was like, well, might as well get up now just because I can kind of get an early jump start on my day. I usually try to get up a little bit earlier than everybody else, but it's usually like around like 5:36, but since the babies woke up early, I might as well just start now because I also have school I have to do. So I am just about to go in and get their bottles. They ate, and so we have to go flip them on their stomachs. I know everybody sleeps differently. My kids are only stomach sleepers. All five of my kids have only wanted to sleep on their stomachs, and they probably get that honestly since Manuel and I only sleep on our stomachs also. So I just have to go flip them over and then I will start laundry since that is one of the first things I do. We always try to start a load every day. So at least in the morning, that way you start the load in the morning, you are ready to change it over by the end of the night or maybe midday whenever you get to it. So let's get started in our day. So, like I said, I get started on a load of laundry first thing in the morning. It definitely helps me to try to stay on top of it. If I wait until the middle of the day when my kids are acting crazy and there's a lot going on, it usually will not happen. And by the end of the night, I'm like, oh, snaps, I forgot. And then I am starting to become overloaded on how much I have to do. So, just start it in the morning and then by lunch or even by the evening when Manuel gets home, either he or I will change it over. And that just helps so much just trying to stay on top of it. That is my biggest tip for a family who is large like mine. Just do one load a day. It's more manageable than trying to tackle it all at once. And yes, y'all, I'm serious. It works. It will change your life. So now I'm just about to call Manuel for prayer. He has to start work in about 30 minutes, so I try to do it. Usually I'm asleep. Before his schedule, he started at around 7, so I would be up at the time that he was driving to work, but then he just this week started an hour earlier, and I'm usually not up at this time, so um, if I am up, which I am today, I'm going to try to call and we're going to try to have prayer this morning. So Manuel and I usually take turns during prayer. I'm usually the one that starts first, just opening up in Thanksgiving. Manuel will usually follow right behind. And we just like to supplement each other, and I might go again, and it just depends on how we feel led in that morning. So it's really nice just to kind of start our day off with God together. And usually after prayer, we will just start to talk about our day, just see what we have going on that we need to talk about together. And it's just nice just to connect with each other. We don't really have a whole lot of free time, a lot of free uninterrupted time with how many kids that we have. So it's nice just to be able to talk and give all of our I love yous and lovey doveys before the day starts and it gets crazy. Usually, after I am done praying with Manuel and he heads to work, I try to start to have my own personal devotion for the day. Our house gets pretty chaotic and it's nice, and I love all of the fun times that come with it and maybe the not so fun times that come with it, but I definitely have to find a way to stay grounded and level headed when everything is crazy and stuff is hitting the fan. So I just try to make sure that I'm in my word. I really love the Proverbs 31 Ministries. It's a devotion that's really geared towards women, and you can just find it online, but it just helps so much just kind of make it real and make it plain. Really, a lot of it is geared towards moms, so that definitely helps, but also to single people too, it definitely helps. So I just like to start my day this way, that way, before the kids wake up. It could just be uninterrupted time with just me and God. And I have noticed that my days are so much more smooth when I have word to stand on, or God is in my corner and I'm washing dishes and I'm just praying, shouting, and singing to the Lord. So it's nice just to spend this time with him. And I totally recommend it. If you don't, it will definitely change your life, y'all. So after devotion, I will usually brush my teeth. I tried to do it before, but I was rushing to prayer, so it just got moved back. So I am just about to start my workout. Before I start, I try to turn something on, usually music, but today I was just feeling really Grey's Anatomy. So I just decided to try to watch Grey's Anatomy since I never seem to have a free time to watch it when the kids are up. So I tried to watch it today, and it actually helped me to really get my mind off the workout. I just try to stay active for about 15 minutes every day, even if it's just something as small as this. But for the most part, just stepping up and down the steps just kind of helps me get a little bit more in shape. And that's my goal. I don't really necessarily have a goal weight. I feel like I want to try to lose a little bit of weight, but for the most part, I'm not really worried about the weight so much. I'm just more so worried about getting in shape and just making sure that I'm able to keep up with my kids. Y'all, I'm 25 and I should be able to run behind them without breathing hard. I should be able to walk from my car inside of my house without breathing hard. So that is the goal. And as of now, I really like this workout. It's something super small, super minimal, but it has made a tremendous difference, even in just me just sweating it out. So for 15 minutes a day, again, just starting somewhere. Start wherever you can and give yourself grace that you will get there to those hour workouts or those 30-minute workouts. But as of now, just enjoying where I'm at and taking it easy, taking it slow, so that way it is something that will last over time. I am done with my workout. Again, I don't need to do too much. I am like so out of shape. I don't need much at all. So I just try to do a little bit of stairs, whatever I can to try to stay active, as active as possible. I try to lift some weights while I step, or I just try to do anything. Obviously it's working because I'm sweating like crazy. But I just want to be healthier and I want to live a healthier lifestyle. So I've been doing keto since June 1st. And just trying to change my eating habits and trying to change a lot of the stuff that I've been doing. Especially after the twins, I gained 20 something pounds. So I was down my pre-pregnancy weight as soon as they were born, and with twins, I started stress eating because there was so much happening. So now it's just time to take care of me and do what's best for me. So I'm gonna go make coffee and rest before the kids get up, and I probably will make lunch too while I'm in there. So here we go. So I am just gonna start my kids' lunches. So I usually start off with some yogurt or some applesauce, and I know that this is a soup spoon, but I found that this spoon actually divides it out pretty evenly and pretty easily without making the most mess. So I really like this one for that, and we add in some ranch. The ones with ranch are for my older kids. Bo does not usually have it. And we don't use the big bag of baby carrots because the carrots are too thick. We try to find the petite ones. And they come in like a 4-pack at Fred Meyer, and it's like $1.49. But I've noticed that the skinnier and the smaller that they are, my kids will eat more. If they're too thick, my kids are just not feeling it. So Bo really has the skinniest ones, and that's because his teeth are still developing, and whatever makes him eat more vegetables, the better. Then I will start by cutting some fruit. Usually it is some sort of berry, so blackberry, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, whatever berry is on sale that week, and berries have been on sale like crazy because we're just heading into summer. So I try to cut them up just because it makes it easier for my kids to kind of either poke with a food pick or to use a fork with. If they're the big pieces, they'll get it all over their hands, and somehow I will end up with strawberry stains on shirts. And I try to avoid those. And right now I am just getting some food pics because this is actually one of India's favorite lunches. She calls these pizza kebabs, pizza bobs. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But so it's just a little bit of pepperoni. I get a slice of cheese per kid. And for the cheese, I will try to fold into 9s. So I'm going to try to show you the best way that I can. So I'll fold it in 3s and then I'll fold it the other way in 3s. It's a little bit hard to show you, but hopefully you get the picture. And I will add a piece of pepperoni onto the kebab, a piece of cheese, and kind of just repeat the process. And we usually eat with our eyes, and so I don't expect my kids to be any different. And the prettier it is, the more I found that they will eat more. And especially when they're on these little skewers, they feel like big kids and they just feel so special, and I'm all for it, whatever gets them to eat. And I will usually serve this with a little bit of Ritz crackers, and it just makes it like almost like a DIY Lunchable. So our kids are only allowed one sweet drink a day. So today they are getting grape juice. They know the rule. The rule is once you have one sweet drink, that is it. And even that sweet drink gets watered down. India actually prefers it that way, maybe because it's a little sweet. We try not to have them super hyped up on sweets. And then right now I'm just filling up her water bottle. I'll try to do all of theirs. Dakota right now is homeschooled, and India will be homeschooled again next year, or she will be homeschooled next year, as I've already said. But it's just nice to have a water bottle. It kind of gets them to drink more if it's in a cool bottle that they can suck with a straw. Something about it just makes them drink more, and I'm not going to complain. So just getting all of their juices done and putting them in the fridge and getting them ready. Alright, y'all, it is 7:40. I have been up for 2.5 hours. Usually I'm not up this early, and I usually do not make their lunch in the mornings. I usually try to do it at night, but I was too tired last night and I said forget it. So I'm glad I did wake up early today because I had time to do it. India should be waking up within the next like 50 minutes, so her alarm clock is set to off at 8:30. So I have the next 50 minutes to, I guess, just kind of hang out by myself. Dakota is up right now. He did wake up, so usually because he shares a room with Bo, I will allow him to go lay on the couch when he's done. Usually I'd send him back to bed, but lately Bo has not been sleeping too well, so him coming in and out of the room, the traffic in the room will make it so that Bo will wake up. So I just say just go lay on the couch because I really want Bo to sleep for as long as possible. He usually wakes up between like 10:30, maybe 11:30. So the babies are still asleep. They'll probably be up within the next maybe hour also, so probably around like 8:30 or 9. So I have a little bit of free time, and I am going to try to get some schoolwork done, and I will report back when the kids wake up. So I'm just going to start to bring the babies out one at a time, and I'm going to start to get them ready. Reese is really mesmerized by the camera for some reason. But at first, I'm just going to start sucking their nose. They both have a cold right now. It started off with Reese, and it usually transfers to Ben. It's been our second cold, and they're only 3 months old. But it's been their second cold, and that's usually been the order so far. So I just start to change diapers. I just make sure that they get a fresh pair of clothes on. One thing about Ben is a really heavy sweater. Like, he will soak through clothes like crazy, and he just stinks when he does. For some reason, he's just smelly. Maybe it's formula. None of my kids have ever been on formula before, so it's just completely new. I just hate the way it smells. So he usually gets bird baths, regular baths, all the baths, probably more than any of my kids have ever had before. Now, Reese, on the other hand, barely even ever spits up. He barely ever burps either when we try to burp him after feeding. So he is definitely our easier one, but I wouldn't trade either one for the world because they're so sweet. India is officially up in her robe, looking cute, unicorn. Okay. And the babies are ready to eat. Look at Reese smiling. Hi, Reese. Hi. Hi. Hi, Reese. There you are. And there is Ben. So I'm going to prop their bottles and get them ready to eat. And India is going to start getting ready for school because she has to leave in the next 30 minutes. Oh, God. Let's head out. So now that the twins are out of the room, I just head straight in and start to make my bed. It is actually a tedious chore, and it gets annoying every day, but once my bed is made, I feel like my house is just a little bit more put together, so it definitely helps. And I love to get into a freshly made bed at the end of the night. Something about ruffled covers and twisted blankets while I'm trying to get comfortable just does not sound right. I also go through and change the boys. As I mentioned earlier, Ben is a really heavy sweater. He's also a heavy spit upper. His sheets get pretty gross in a matter of a night. So it's just best that we just try to change them every night. That way it just avoids him stinking or his bed just being soaking wet. Okay, so right after I'm done making my bed, I will move over to trying to get India out the door. She is pretty much done, so they were just standing outside playing a little bit before her bus came, and I thought, you know what, let's just try to get a load of laundry folded, because if I don't do it now or I don't use this little window of opportunity, before I realize it, I'm going to have a whole nother load on my couch waiting for me, and then it's just going to be even more harder to try to get done, especially with how much we have. So just try to find your little pockets of opportunity and use them to your advantage. This load of laundry only took me about 5 minutes, and I had to stand there waiting for the bus anyway. So it worked perfectly in my favor, and so it definitely helps with making sure that everything just doesn't pile up. So when you can, maybe wash a dish or two in the sink, or when you can, maybe wash 1 or 2 bottles. Just do what you can in your small allotted time, and I promise you it will definitely make your life just a little bit easier. And in my life, I need any kind of easy I can get. So right about now, India heard her bus, and every time before she leaves, we always start our day at least in prayer, just praying, opening up our day, just seeking God, and they all really love it. And so Dakota loves to be the first one to pray, and he also asked to be the last one to pray also. So we are heading outside. There's always some sort of mess in my yard. We're heading outside and trying to catch the bus because we were a little bit behind because I was folding that little bit of laundry, but that's okay. We made it right on time, and she likes actually crossing the street by herself. I always stand right there. Don't let her do it by herself, but it just makes her feel a little bit better. And now we are heading to go do some homeschool with Dakota. So in this time, Bo has woken up. He usually is not there for school. I actually am trying to start to get him to at least kind of pick up some secondhand learning. We practice the days of the week, we practice the months of the year, and just the ABCs, and these are all things that he can kind of be learning now. So I just want him to at least kind of start to sit here and just kind of learn some stuff. But we have these little spots on the floor, and it kind of just tells the kids like they need to stay there at all times, just because if not, they're wiggling around, they're moving around, and as you can see, Bo is still learning how to use these spots. We use them every night for our family devotion because it just helps them just to kind of know where they're supposed to be and not just be all over the place. It helps tremendously. The kids really like this little calendar on the board or on the back of the door. They really like being able to see the months. They really like being able to change them out sometimes. Lately, I've been having the kids kind of change out the cards when we do them, but the calendar was kind of pretty new for us. We've been kind of doing homeschool for a while, but the calendar was new, and Dakota really, really loves it. From our circle time activity, we tend to move into our book work, which usually kind of consists of Dakota practicing a new letter, practicing the letter sounds, and he will also practice like a little bit of handwriting and just trying to perfect his motor skills. Lately, we've also been teaching him the different types of money, so like quarters or dimes or nickels or pennies. Just teaching him the value of money and what each coin looks like. But for the most part, he's pretty much doing it on his own besides just me reiterating what each letter sound makes. We're using the curriculum, The Good and the Beautiful, and he actually really enjoys it. And I have to say I do too, because it makes it so that don't have to do too much prep work to homeschool. We have actually decided to homeschool all of our kids next year and probably all of our ones that are coming up also. We have just decided it's probably best for our family, and I'm so excited about our decision, but also incredibly anxious about it. But I think it's more so just because it's just a lot of patience, and I'm not known for being the most patient at all times. So we are just getting really excited to at least do that. But the kids so far have responded really well to the curriculum we've been using. India, she's been using it as a supplement, just that way as soon as school does end, she will be ready just to start over, and it won't be this complete shock as to, oh my gosh, homeschooling is just this big bad thing. It's almost like, nope, you've been doing it already. It's not that bad. The babies are officially sleeping. Well, one is. Reese is still hanging on, fists up, looking like his brother, and Ben could not hang. So they usually will. I'm going to put them down in their beds now. They'll probably sleep for about an hour to an hour and a half. Well, no, they'll stay up for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then they will stay asleep probably, if it's 10:15 right now, they'll probably stay asleep until maybe like noon to 1, and then my other kids will be going down at noon. So Nate and Dakota, sorry, I have a lot of kids, they will be going down right at 1, so it works perfectly. And yeah, so that's it for our morning routine. Let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see more from us. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.